Hey there future self, what is up? It is Past Holly here. So this is my video for week 5. So on Monday, I walked into the office per usual, and one of the other interns that I'm interning with, she was talking to me about how she's starting to get really homesick. She's actually going home about a week before I am, but she was saying how she's starting to feel kind of homesick and missing her family and friends a lot. And she asked if I felt the same way. And honestly, I don't feel the same way. I don't really feel homesick at all. Like, there's things I miss about the United States. I think that one of the things I miss the most of the United States is being able to read labels at the grocery store. Or I went to the flea market the other day and it was hard to interact with people to negotiate prices because I don't speak Czech. But all in all, I don't really feel that homesick. There's nothing really wrong with being homesick, I just don't feel it, and I think that's kind of surprising that I don't feel it. Like, I'm excited to go back to school, but I'm also ready to appreciate the time that I have here. I'm excited for my mom coming up though to Prague in a couple weeks. That should be a good old time, and then I get to go back to school, which I'm really excited for. This summer actually has gone by kind of fast. Like, it could have gone by faster, but it has gone by pretty fast. We still have about 3 weeks left. All in all, it's moving on pretty decently paced. Today alone went by pretty fast. I think that once you get into a routine, it starts to go a lot faster. I've also noticed that with these videos, I'm starting to take longer times before I stop or I pause, and I'm able to just keep on talking through it or making something on the go. Because editing is a lot of work, and going through and cutting out all my ums and ha's and buts and also is a lot of work and all the long pauses. So I've learned that through these videos, I've been starting to learn how to talk straighter without as many ums. Don't get me wrong, I still do a lot. I was also in communication last week with somebody from my home university, and they were saying that I am going to do a Snapchat takeover for this week, Monday through Thursday. So I'm actually doing that this week. Even today, I've been Snapchatting my life to kind of do a Laker takeover of the study abroad to show other people what it's like studying abroad here, or interning abroad here in Prague. So that's kind of exciting, kind of nerve-wracking. I got really excited for it, but now I'm kind of nervous. It's actually kind of terrifying actually doing it, but that's this week, not yet last week, so I'll talk about that in next week's video. One thing that I've noticed Czech people do a couple times actually, I've noticed this on 2 separate occasions, is they straight up say, "I am happy." I've never really heard an American say straight up, "I am happy," just like in conversation. I mean, I guess I have. 2 of the Czech people in my workplace, they say that. I was telling my supervisor that I needed something done, and he went away and he came back and he figured out, he was like, "Oh, I was able to figure out and fix the problem without the help of support. I am happy." And then my other intern supervisor, she was saying, "I'm leaving for vacation, I'm so excited, I am happy." So I don't know what the Czech equivalent to that is, but I feel like they say that a fair amount in Czech, because I've heard it on multiple occasions, just them straight up saying, "I am happy." It's definitely a way to straight up say your emotions without adding an emoji. I guess I would add an emoji at the end of a sentence, like a smiley face, as opposed to saying, "I am happy," but it's the same idea, right? One thing that has kind of annoyed me a little bit about being here in the Czech Republic, and I'm not sure if it's the Czech Republic or Europe in general, but it is the agreeing to the privacy policies on every single site you visit. Every new site I go to, it's like, "You must agree to our privacy policy." And I'm like, I agreed to the past 20, can't you just automatically say yes? But no, on every single site, you have to agree. Sometimes we're on to the same site on different days and you have to agree. Google pops up all the time, you know, Facebook is like, "Oh, you know, we've changed this to that." On other random sites that I have to visit for my work, it's like, "Oh, if you're in the European Union, you gotta agree to suit with the laws." And on one hand, it's good because they want you to agree to your privacy on every single site that you visit. It's like, okay, you're on a new site. Do you agree to your privacy on this site? Do you agree to the privacy on this site? And on one hand, I really do support and I agree with that. But on the other hand, it's very annoying. Can you just have like a mass agree? Like, I guess privacy policies in general, that's a whole nother conversation we could go into for a different day. So let's talk about my lack of exercising. I knew that when I came here, I would not exercise all that much. I prepared for it. I knew I was not going to exercise. I knew I was definitely not going to go for runs. And I know that I can do at-home workouts. My roommates sometimes do at-home workouts here. I can do at-home workouts in my bedroom. And I did do at-home workouts back when I was in Michigan. But honestly, I really enjoy not working out. I'm able to find other forms of exercise, I guess you could say. I go for a lot of walks. I go for a lot of hikes. This past week, I hiked so much and I walked everywhere. And honestly, I enjoy doing that. While I'm in Prague, there's a bunch of other things I would rather want to do as opposed to working out. I have noticed a little bit extra free time that I have that I probably could fill the void with working out. So I apologize to the coach Coach B's and to the Coach C's of my life. You know who you are. I also know Coach G or 2 or 3. But it's not like that I'm not exercising. Like I said, and I'll get into this next point here, I have been walking a lot. Just haven't been running, partly for safety reasons, partly because it's like 90, 100 degrees, and partly because it's really hilly here. I consider my exercise walking up 6 flights of stairs to my apartment every day. Like 3 times a day if I ever go down to do something. You have to hike up 6 flights of stairs. That is my form of exercise. But while we're on this exercise note, I might as well talk about this thing that I started a couple weeks ago that I talked about in my last vlog, about exploring one new metro stop every single day. And let me tell you, that was the best decision of my entire life. I have discovered so many new places, so many new parks. Prague has so many hidden, beautiful scenery things in the suburbs that are not in directly downtown. I swear, at any metro stop, you're within like a 10-minute walk of a park. Like, a park is so close to anywhere you want to go. And I just get off at a random metro stop, kind of look at my map to see where I'm at, and go to the nearest park, and I always explore something new and something amazing. It's really cool. I've also started visiting the islands that are around in the river. I think so far I've been to about 4 or 5 islands, and I want to go to another island today. And the islands are so cool. There was like a horse farm on one of the islands, there was like a walking path on the other island, there's dogs everywhere, and these are just hidden things that tourists may not know about, but they're very local spots and they still have really pretty views, and it's kind of cool. I've been able to see the water a lot more also. So because of that, I have been walking so much, and I have been out for like 3 to 5 hours every day, literally just walking. Like, when I say walking, I don't mean the walking thing. I might sit for like 10 minutes to kind of gather my thoughts and to figure out where I'm gonna go next before I walk again. But I've been literally walking for 5 hours straight. And I'm getting some good shots of my camera too, I think, and I'm exploring new places. It's really cool. There's a lot of parks around here. There's so many parks, I can't stress that enough. If you're training for a half marathon here, it would be so easy because there's so many parks. Little ponds or little lakes in some of the parks, and people can go swimming in them. A lot of times I go explore these places on my own, and I honestly feel really safe. I think that Prague is a pretty safe city, and I feel safe on my own. I do try to stay in areas where it's kind of populated. I am in a park, so it's pretty open and there are normally people around, but I do feel pretty safe overall. Also, whenever I see a kid, I'm like, heck yeah, if a kid's here, then I can be here. I also saw like a simulated 200 meters of whitewater rafting, and there was kayaks trying to go up the whitewater rafting, and there was actual like whitewater rafts going whitewater rafting on the simulated whitewater rafting, and it looked pretty cool and like a lot of fun. Like, I need to look more into that because I want to go. I've also found a lot of other strange sites, and I've been able to make connections in my brain. Like, a while ago, I got up at this one metro stop, and I walked around. I thought there wasn't anything there, so I went to the next metro stop. I talked about this in my last week's vlog. So then I walked to this park in that metro stop. So then this past week, a couple days ago, I went to the first metro stop again because I saw that there was a park nearby that I just didn't see before. So I went to the first metro stop and I started walking in a direction, and then I realized I was heading toward the same park where I'd been before. And that connection in my head was made in terms of mapping out the city. I've been able to map out the city a lot better in my head because I now know where things are at just randomly. I now know where my work is in relation to these parks I'm exploring. I know where the parks I'm exploring is in relation to other parks and to where I live. And it's definitely starting to make a lot more sense in my head instead of just first I went here, there, there, there. It's like, okay, I'm here, and there's something here, and there's something here, and I know how to get from here to here, and I'm guessing there's a place from here to here. I have a pretty good visual memory, and I have a pretty good sense of direction, and let me just say, that has definitely done me wonders here. It definitely goes something for remaining curious and being open to exploring. I guess my biggest advice to somebody who's abroad right now is just to leave your day-to-day routine and go explore something new. Get off at a random metro stop and just go and see where it leads you. I mean, because why not? Remain curious, people. Curiosity. I need to look up some good curiosity quotes. This is just a small little thing, and I'm not sure if it's right or not, but it might be right. So, subtle racism, and I don't know if I can call it that, but let me explain myself here. So when we got back from Amsterdam, I was talking with one of my friends, Hong and Nia, and Hong is from Thailand. And Nia is black or African American. And they were telling me that they had both got checked at the metro station. So the metro station, pretty much as long as you have your pass, you can just walk on off. You don't really scan it anywhere, just have it with you. Because if you get checked or stopped by a security guard, they want you to show it to them. If they don't stop you, you don't have to show it. So technically, like I said before, it is possible to go by in Prague without ever showing your metro pass to somebody. I haven't really had to show my metro pass to anybody because I haven't ever been stopped. But Hong and Nia have both been stopped. Multiple times, they said. I was with them one time and they got stopped. I just kind of walked back and the security guard didn't look at me, but Nia got stopped. Again, Nia's African American and Hong is Asian. And then I was talking to this girl at work. She's actually Mexican. She grew up in the United States, but she was born in Mexico, and she definitely has some Latina look to her. And she was saying that she got stopped multiple times on the metro as well. Now, maybe people just get stopped on the metro, but I think that me being white, I have a significantly less chance of being stopped at the metro station because of the way that I look. My grandma's family is from Slovakia or from Czechoslovakia back in the day, so I guess I do have some sort of Czech in me, but so maybe I look kind of like them and that's why I'm not getting stopped. But I think it's also because I am white and because Viviana, Nia, and Hong, they're not white. That's something I'll have to look a little bit more into, and I'm not sure if it's right, so I don't want to make any claims, but from the evidence that I have right now, you could argue that that is subtle racism. The fact that they're only stopping the non-white people group. I also have gone out to some clubs or something this past weekend. I went out to a club on Friday, I went out to a club on Saturday, and I just gotta say, before I came here, I wasn't really sure if I was the club person. I did not think I was the club person, but I guess I'd never really gone, so how would I really know? But I just thought I wasn't the club person. But now that I've gone, I gotta say, I really don't think I am the club person. I can get how it can be fun going out and dancing, and there was a part where they played good music. They played I Get Knocked Down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. That was my mom's moves to that song back in the day. And then they played So No One Told You Life Was Gonna Be This Way. I'll be there for you. The rain starts to pour. They played those songs like in a row, and to that I was like, in bed by 10 and work began at 8. Besides that, there was a lot of songs where I was like, didn't know, so we were just kind of there like, it's kind of stupid actually, just like going like, it's just like relationship advice, relationship, like if the songs aren't something that you like, what's even the point? I did decide to go because I wanted to experience it, but again, we left at like 1:20 a.m. because I was like, I need to go to bed. Like, honestly, I don't like to be out past 1 a.m. I like to be in bed at 1 a.m. Again, I can see how it can be fun. So maybe if I got drunk, you know, I'd be able to relate a little bit more. But again, it was kind of fun. I'm glad I experienced it. I don't know, whatever. The floor got kind of sticky. That was kind of gross. And on Saturday, I went out with Miranda, and we went down to this gay bar down the street a little bit, and we walked in, and we got there like very early, and there was like nobody there for like 40 minutes. Like it opened at 10, and we got there at 10, and for 40 minutes there was like nobody, so we kind of sat there. It's like Miranda, we're leaving at 11. But anyway, eventually people came kind of, and we got into a conversation kind of with these gay guys, I guess, because it's a gay bar. And I don't know, but pretty much long story short, I wanted to go back home because Miranda said we'd leave at like 11, and it was now 11:15, and I was like, Miranda, I want to go. I want to be in bed by 12 because I want to go to the flea market the next day. So then eventually we did leave, but like the Czech guys were like, hey, yo, why do you want to go to bed? You're only in Prague once, you're only going to be here for now, you gotta, you know, live it up while you're here. Why do you just want to sleep? And I am like, bro, listen to me. They want me to stay up so that I can appreciate more of Prague. My idea of appreciating more of Prague is getting up when the sun comes up so I can go see more of Prague as opposed to just seeing the gay bar. Again, I don't find a lot of entertainment in dancing at a random club or a random bar when I could be out exploring these new parks, exploring these new places, exploring one new metro stop every single day. That's my idea of a good time. That's my idea of exploring Prague. My idea of being in Prague for the first time is getting up so I can actually go and explore Prague, not staying up late so I can dance my night away in a bar and then sleep through the rest of the next day. Does that make sense? So sorry, I like to be in bed by 1 o'clock, and I get how bars and clubs can be fun, but there is a time and a place for everything, and a club or a bar is not my time, and it's not my place. Thank you. I made a delicious meal this past week. Let me just tell you, I got some sweet potato and I finally managed to find sour cream at the store. Thank goodness. So I had sweet potato and sour cream and I made some beans and some onions and some vegetables. I put them all together and oh my gosh, it was the best thing I've ever had. It was so good. My cooking skills have definitely improved since being here, mainly because here I buy a lot of vegetables. So I have been eating a lot of vegetables with some sort of carb or whatever. A lot of vegetables and pasta actually, like that's my everyday meal. I mean, not pasta every day, but yeah. Anyway, so I've been getting really creative with my meals. Just kind of add extra seasoning. I didn't really have seasoning last year in my apartment, but now that I have seasoning, the world has opened up. It has definitely prepared me more for when I decide to go zero waste back in the fall semester. So through my program, we have to do like these online Canvas assignments. It's called Canvas, but there's like online assignments kind of reflect on our experience. Pretty much every week we have like a video vlog we have to do on the assignment. We also have to do like a written journal part, and the video vlogs have us say the exact same thing in like 10 different ways. It's like the same prompt in a different wording, but it's like asking the same thing. It's like, oh. Also, at my internship, I've been starting to get into a rhythm, into a mode for my assignments. I've started my new series, An Intern's Guide to Prague, with them. I've started interviewing some of the employees, and I did decide to reach out to my internship supervisor and tell him that I wanted to do more work related to the company. And he said that right now, there's just not a lot of need for video work because a lot of their clients that want video photography work are on vacation. But honestly, just reaching out to him and telling him what I would like, so now that he knows, made me feel a heck of a lot better. Just ignore the fact that I'm in a completely new location. Also this week, an expat talked to us, which means an expatriate, which means someone that used to live in the US but now they live here in the Czech Republic or in a different country, I think in general. And what the expat told us was kind of his life and experience. He now owns a journalism country. He had a long and hard journey to get to here to the Czech Republic, but now that he's here, he seems to be enjoying it. He says that next he wants to go to Italy, I suppose, but he really likes Prague. And so yeah, that was interesting, I guess, to hear his side of the story. I also reached out to the film person that my mom wanted me to reach out this morning or last night. So we'll see if he responds. It'd be really interesting to make that connection, hopefully to learn a little bit from him, because he is an expat as well. Hope you have a great week, future self, and I will see you in like half a second, and another half a second, and every other second and minute until the day I die.